you guys. I hope you all are doing really well. So recently on my Instagram, I asked you all to send in all the questions that you have related to my 100 days of running, and so many of you guys have sent in so many questions. A lot of questions are repeated though, so I've narrowed down 10 to 15 questions and I'll answer them. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of this challenge. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first question we have is by Anuj KLKR. Why 100 days of running? Is this part of some awareness or something bigger? Uh, so I came across 100 days of running on my Instagram in January, I think. My run started in April. So basically, 100 days of running is a fitness movement to encourage people to make running a part of their daily life. So that's what 100 days of running is all about. Okay, so the next question that we have is by Ashish Shetty 23. How much weight did you lose till now in your 73 days of running? So Ashish, I never really kept a track of how much weight I'm losing because honestly I didn't take up the challenge for that reason. So I was reading a couple of inspirational stories on the website of people who have participated in 100 days of running, and everybody had a different reason to join the challenge. Some of them joined it to sort of lose weight. Some of them did it to inculcate running habit in their daily life. But for me, the whole and sole reason to take up this challenge was to see if I can be that dedicated towards something, if I can be that consistent towards something. So that was my reason for 100 days of running. So honestly, I never kept a track of this. So I don't know how much weight did I lose through the 100 days of running challenge. Okay, so the next question that we have is by yours truly Harsha. Will you stop running after this challenge or never? So a lot of you guys have asked me this question. No, I'll never stop running. I used to run even before this 100 days of running challenge. I completed my half marathon this year. I used to run with Nike Pacers in Mumbai. So I'll never stop running. I might not run as consistently as I did during this 100 days of running, but yeah, I'll be into some or the other fitness activity for sure. Okay, so the next question that we have is by the Winter's Curse. How do you manage time? Do you take days off like on traveling days? So no, I never took off during my traveling. So basically, this 100 days of running started in Odisha. Like I'm doing my masters there from NIFT. So it initially started there. Later on, there was Cyclone Fanny in Bhubaneswar, so I had to go back to Mumbai. Later, I was there in Bangalore for my 2 months internship. In between, I was in Arunachal for 9 days for a trip. After that, I went to Kerala twice for weekend trips. And then back to Orissa. So I was moving quite a bit during my 100 days of running, but never for once I stopped running. So the next question that we have is by Rohan.ag. How many kilometers did you start with initially? You need to run a minimum of 2 kilometers to be a part of 100 days of running. So for about 15-20 days, I kept running about 2 kilometers, and then later I felt like I should do something more. So I started increasing 50 meters every day. So sort of started with 2 kilometers, and by the end of it, I came around 7 kilometers. So yeah. So the next question is by Ashraf underscore official. How do you record it? So initially I was using both Strava and Nike Run Club, but somehow Strava didn't work for me at all. So I continued with Nike Run Club throughout my 100 days of running. So Neil P219 asks, I can sprint in quick bursts but can't run constantly for few kilometers. Any suggestions to improve runs? So Neil, even I used to do this initially. I used to run really quickly in the first few kilometers and then get really tired by the end of it. So during a blogging collaboration, I was running with Nike, and Nike Pacers sort of made me understand how it works. So throughout your run, maintain your pace, the pace that you start with. Make sure that you end your run with that pace. That will sort of help you to improve your runs. Safwan Mohammed 7, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, asks, tell about the day when you didn't want to run the most but still did. Um, there was never such a time that I didn't want to run. It was just really difficult to get up from the bed and run in the morning sometimes. But I can tell you one incident where it was really tough to run. Um, when there was Cyclone Fanny in Odisha, I the doors were locked, so I was running in my hostel corridors for 4 5 days, and yeah, there was I had to take a flight to Guwahati for my trip to Arunachal, and my flight was at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I had to leave my hostel around 4. So had to run. I had to get up at 3:30 in the morning and run. So yeah, because after that I was supposed to be with my group the entire day out somewhere, so I didn't know if I would get time to run. So I sort of ran that time at 3:30 in the morning. So that period was a little different. Okay, so Prabhu underscore Vishwas asks how to avoid knee injuries because of fatigue. Do you have any rest days? No, I did not have any rest days at all. I was reading about this on the internet though, and it was written that you should run for about 6 days a week, but take at least one day off. So if you want, you can do that. But if you want to run for 100 days straight, I was sort of increasing my pace by 50 meters every day. So there came a point where I was running for about 7 kilometers. So if you don't want to do that, you can probably stick to 2 kilometers, and I don't think then it will be a problem. Okay, so Alice underscore D Wonder asks, hats off dear, how did you motivate yourself for 100 days completion? Tips please. Um, there are two sides to it, how I got motivated. Firstly, it was my Instagram family. I cannot tell you the DMs that I used to get during my 100 days of running. So many messages saying that they feel so motivated, they are really happy that I'm doing this, and things like that. And they kept messaging me saying that you are a motivation, but reading that was in fact a motivation for me. So, my Instagram family for sure. Every day in the morning, you have to tell yourself that I took up this challenge for a reason, and I have to get up and run. And there's there's no other way. You just have to get up and run. That's the long and short of it. So yeah, that that's how I got motivated. Okay, what are the change in you that you're experiencing after this challenge? A question by for Ayush Shah. So I experienced a lot of change actually, both physically and mentally, more mentally actually, um, because when you think that something is difficult for you to achieve, and when you achieve it, it makes you believe that there are a lot of things in life which you thought you can't do, but you can. So Foodie 5 says, I know you're determined, but isn't it really, really tough? Uh, so yeah, it was really tough. There'll be days when you won't feel like getting up. There'll be days you'll be traveling. There'll be days something or the other might have happened. But you just have to make yourself realize that you took up this challenge for a reason. And no matter what, you are going to get up and run. So, and that's exactly what I did. Once I went for lunch with a few of my friends, and one of my friends asked me, where do you run? And I just looked at her and said, wherever. I did not have any specific place where I ran. Wherever I was, I used to run down my building, in on the terrace, inside the corridors, just inside my hostel corridors, just wherever. So, yeah, can anyone take up this challenge or prior running experience is required? A question by inner peace underscore Abhi. Um, no, I don't think you need any running experience at all. It's just that you need an insane amount of dedication and determination that you have to do this, and I think you'll be just fine. Yeah, I think I'm done. I hope I answered all the questions that you guys had related to my 100 days of running challenge. And yeah, I had a really good time. I learned a lot through this 100 days of running. And your mind is a crazy thing, a crazy, crazy thing. So just make the best use of it possible. And I'll see you guys next time.